You ready?
Yeah.
I'm
Let's do
pumped.
it. Let's get some hearts going here.
All right. What's up, guys? Grab that coffee out. This is the AMZ Secret Show and your host, David Aladdin. I've built this show to get past the basics and into the selling strategies and secrets. I look to understand the person, their strategies, their secrets, so all of us can build better businesses. Today's sponsor is AMZ Secrets VIP, a platform that brings the best sellers on Amazon all in one place. AMZ Secrets guarantees to 2x your business revenue or your money back. And I've personally already 3x to 4x my business, and many others have too. Today, we've got a special guest on the show, and his name is Sean Smith, who manages a portfolio of over $19,000 in Amazon ad spend per month, in addition to being a full-time Amazon seller. Thanks for coming on the show. Sean, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I kind of come from a background of, so I've been, kind of hopping around in terms of careers for the past 6 years. I worked in different industries, different capacities. I did like strategy consulting, managed a team, did some product development. And then a couple years ago, I came across a book about drop shipping. And that was when I built a Shopify site, and I taught myself SEO to drive organic traffic in my free time. And then so after doing that, I basically went to like an event in Chicago, some party, and some company, some tech startup was hiring, and they were hiring an SEO. And they were really well funded and really well known in Chicago. They had like a bunch of awards. So I was hired with them as a professional SEO, and working there, I got to learn about Google SEO. So learning about search engines, how they process keywords and use calculations to generate the best results for users. And so that really helped me with transitioning into Amazon. And while I was working full time for the tech startup, I started selling on Amazon as kind of a hobby. And it grew really well. I was doing pretty good. I started off doing retail arbitrage. I did some online arb, textbooks, private label, kind of a mix of stuff. But then people started, I noticed at a local meetup in Chicago that people, I don't know, I felt like people needed help with sponsored products, or maybe they didn't understand the platform as well. And so I just kind of hopped in with my internet marketing background and just helped them out. And then that's when people started kind of hiring for management and coaching and consulting for the PPC.
Okay, let's take a step back.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 30.
Okay. So when you went to this event in Chicago, that's where you got the sponsor. Actually, that's where you got a job. You actually went to an event and you got a job with a startup. Is that correct?
Yeah, yep. I got a job with a startup in SEO.
Okay, very cool. And you were doing SEO before that as well, right?
Yeah, I was just kind of hacking it up at night after my other job, teaching myself.
That's very cool. So with SEO, that's search engine optimization, how much time would it take for you to get onto PageRank, like you personally, for Google?
Right now, so I haven't done it in a while
Yeah.
because I left my job a bit ago. But last I heard, for like a longer tail keyword, if you're doing just organic, it's about like 6 months to start getting organic traffic.
Yep. Do you ever this is gonna be a side note question, do you ever buy a website to get past that 6 month lag? You know, that sandbox that Google puts you in?
Yep.
Interesting.
I
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I haven't done it, but I know that that's a tactic that a lot of sellers use. Like they'll buy websites with an already established domain authority or that rank for certain keywords, and then that'll help them drive traffic just already. I mean, you're just paying for the traffic and the real estate,
Yeah.
and then yeah, you can kind of redirect that traffic to wherever you want. You can build that out.
That's actually something that I'm currently working on. I just acquired a website.
Oh, cool.
And it gets about 100,000 visitors a month. So that should be pretty cool. And then I've got to figure out how to integrate it with my products and everything. So I'm thinking about adding a whole storefront, and then also in the sidebar, my Amazon products and stuff like that. So
Would you sell on that website or drive them to your
I,
Amazon?
I think I'm going to direct them to my shop page on my authority website for my products,
Oh,
which
cool.
will prevent a lot of, people that just jump on the Amazon listing and don't buy. So it kind of like filters out some of the bad traffic coming in before they get to the page. I think that would help the conversion on Amazon side, visitors to people landing inside, right?
Yeah, yep.
But I haven't tested the difference between just like loading my Amazon listing with just massive amounts of traffic versus very targeted actual buyers. I don't know if there's a solid metric to say that one does better than the other. Do you know?
It can be tricky because, I mean, you kind of have to interview the website owner to see like the interaction with the audience and be like, yo, how often do you interact? Do you have like an email list, like a small email list or something of brand followers? Those kind of metrics can help you really dig into like, the return on investment and how fast you can get that. Plus, people use like, I don't know if you've heard of PBNs, private blog networks.
No, not the way you're mentioning it.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so private blog networks, they're not they're not as I haven't heard of a lot of people using them lately. I haven't been into the SEO space in a while and kept up with it, but I know basically a private blog network is a network of blogs where you can just basically you take the link juice of a bunch of networks of blogs and they're private, so they're not out there for the public, and you utilize all that link equity to drive it to one website to get it to rank. Yeah.
Are you doing that with your listings right now, or?
No, I know there's one seller that does that. He'll just, so his kind of theory is you can just pretty much build. He has a pretty heavy SEO background. It's Brian Bird, and he, in one of his interviews on a podcast, he said he just builds backlinks to his Amazon listing because it's not like a regular website where Amazon or where Google is going to penalize it.
Yeah.
Because Amazon's like, he kind of described it as the mothership. So you're not going to get hurt just because Amazon. I mean, they get spammy links, backlinks all the time just based off of who they are. And Amazon realizes that, and their algorithm, pivots for that rather than delivering a penalty to like somebody like you or me who has a smaller website, and they see that we're building all these like kind of spammy backlinks, and they'll just give us a penalty and decrease our traffic and our organic visibility like crazy.
That's interesting. I actually haven't tried that technique. A lot of the links that I send to my products are actually high quality, but it's not like that spammy that used to get you in trouble with Google, which is what you're referring to.
Yeah, I would be careful. I mean, it gets a little, backlink building is a little technical, so it can get a little hazy, but that's kind of what what he said his results have been with that backlink building.
Okay, so just to touch back, the reason why I'm kind of diverting into acquiring websites versus just pure PPC is because the amount that I've been spending on PPC is very high.
Yeah.
So instead, I could divert that money into websites, which then send that traffic into my listings. And I think that would give me a higher return on investment, especially for the long term, because after I break even, that website now is just more power to my listings,
Yep.
So it's kind of like having 3 authority websites that all go to your listing versus just, your main website, authority website. And
yep.
The other thing that's kind of cool is it's kind of like the visitors that are on that website they know that you're not, well, they don't know that you're the authority of that brand. So
they don't ask questions. They don't poke
exactly.
around. They don't go, who is this guy? Like, who owns this thing? They just kind of read it. They take it for face value on the internet, I feel like. People trust the internet, I think, for the most part.
Yeah. So let's go back into your background in managing over $18,000 in ad spend. So can you tell us more about that area that you've been working on?
Yeah, so I've got several clients in different markets, and I've been managing their accounts, their PPC accounts, and I'll do like keyword optimization as well. But I kind of got into it a few months back because